You're tuned in to Streamer Conversations, the podcast spotlighting Twitch streaming pioneers who are reshaping entertainment one broadcast at a time. I'm Nerd Titan, your host and fellow streamer, bringing you authentic conversations with the innovative creators behind your favorite content. Our mission is simple: share the compelling stories behind the streams. We'll explore pivotal moments, personal challenges, and transformative experiences that happen when people share their passions with global audiences. Before we continue, let me tell you about our sponsor, Advanced GG. Hey, if you're serious about gaming, you know staying sharp is everything. That's where Advanced GG comes into play. Energy and focus supplements made for gamers to want to keep their edge. With their new sour black cherry flavor, it's incredible. Bold, with just the right amount of tartness. Whether you're grinding rank or pulling an all-night stream, this stuff helps you stay locked in. And the best part, you can grab 10% off your order with code NerdTitanTV10. No minimum, just straight up savings. Hit up Advanced GG and fuel your game the right way. Today, we've got Mollipod joining us, a voice that's been refreshingly honest about mental health challenges behind the scenes. Get settled in somewhere quiet where you can just listen, because we're driving into the important stuff: burnout, boundaries, and building sustainable creative practices. This conversation isn't about viewer counts. It's about counting the ways we can all show up authentically while practicing our piece. Okay. Hello, this is Nerd Titan with Streaming Conversations, where your story matters. How are you doing today, Mollipod?
I'm doing really good, thank you. How are you?
Really good, actually. Is Molly okay, or what do you prefer?
Molly's perfect, actually. Yeah.
Perfect. So the first thing I want to really get into is like your origin, like your villainaire. I mean your origin story. So that's like the first thing we really give meat and bones we really get into. So tell me about your streaming journey from what first got you interested in content creation, through your first stream experience. Like, what was that like?
So I actually have always been in like the content creation like world. Like as a teenager, I was always making like YouTube videos and stuff. So I've always like had a taste for it, I guess, and like always wanted to be a content creator, because I guess that's what being a streamer is. Like, you're not just a streamer, like you're all around. And I had friends around COVID that all playing Among Us, and I had dead ass like this. Can I swear, by the way?
Absolutely.
Perfect. I had the shittest laptop like known to man. It could barely run Among Us and Discord together, and I was like, God, like I really want to play just with my friends. Like I just want to enjoy like COVID. You know, I was still working, so I'm a veterinary nurse full time, but it was weird schedules, so I had a lot more time off. And I was like, oh, I just really want to play with my friends. So one of my friends had a gaming computer just sitting around that was broken. So he lent it to me and we fixed it up. And he was a streamer at the time, and I started watching his streams and sort of falling into that world. And like, I'd heard about Twitch, but I hadn't really like been involved with it too much. So on the side of just playing Among Us and watching all these streams, I was like, damn, this is something I could do, and this is something that I really want to do. So this is like probably 2021, I would say, I started streaming. And honestly, it has been a journey. I started off like my username as Roritz Michaela, because Michaela is actually my real name. And I just wanted to be involved in this. I was like, I've always loved content creation. I love talking, so this is perfect. But I started off as like a gaming streamer. Like I used to play Minecraft, and I have no idea what, like I'm crap at Minecraft. Like I do have no idea, but I was like, this is what all the people are playing on Twitch, so let me just do that. Why not? Fuck it. Let's get involved. So my first stream was I think Bed Wars stream. Do you know Bed Wars?
Yeah, my origin story was Minecraft, so like I'm very familiar with Minecraft.
We're kindred spirits.
Yes.
And yeah, like I just started off just streaming from my new like gaming computer and with a rubbish webcam, no lighting, and just like, I don't know, just doing it. And the first ever stream was actually like my first week of streaming. I actually hit affiliate in my first week.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, it's not hard to do, but it's also not easy either. Like it's a grind, and for some people I know it takes like a bit longer and stuff. So I just was invested into this world. I joined Discord servers, started chatting to other streamers, and it just engulfed me.
Yeah.
Here I am.
Absolutely. That's very similar to my story. Like I technically started in 2020, but I didn't take it serious till 2021. And a week later, I was affiliate just because like I took it serious. Were there any creators that influenced you early on versus creators that influence you now?
I mean, I guess like at the time, Pokemon was still on the rise, like Bakary and stuff, and watching their Among Us YouTube videos and streams was like definitely like sort of what was the like hype at the time. So they definitely like inspired me in some way. You know, playing in a group of people with their friends. I wanted to do more of that. I'm so sorry, my cats are just fighting in the background. Do you guys mind? So yeah, those are the two people that sort of really inspired me at the time. But now I don't really watch their streams anymore, and they don't really stream as often. So now my like goal like creators and like goal creators that I look up to are slightly smaller, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. But people like, do you know Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo?
I know Boo.
Awesome stream. Yeah, Boo really well.
So, I'll give a shout out. Boo is a Texas streamer. And I'm from Texas, so like it's
so funny.
It's a very tight knit community. Plus, he's friends with my best friend Tyrex.
No way.
Yeah, so like I'm in that world, but they're partner streamers and they're like pedestaled. They're massive, and I love them to death. Like, but like I was like, I go into Boo and she's like, "Oh my god, nerd!" I was like, "Yeah," but like Boo is amazing. Also, it's like coming from like she's a parent. She like and. For me, that's a struggle because I'm a parent of twins, and trying to be a content creator and be a parent is like, because content creation is a full-time job. And and so like it's very respectable, like the way she does it and like the way she runs her community. And so also Tyrex, I've known Tyrex since she first started. I'm one of the I have a first Imagine Her stream.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like,
right in there.
Yeah.
Like, Boo's energy is infectious as well. Like I literally was hanging out in the streams like a couple of hours ago. I was like,
I was in there yesterday while I was editing. So like
amazing.
It's vibing.
But like it's hard because it's not really, I find that like UK streamers, like they're not in as much of an abundance. Like a few people in the community that I like talk to and stuff. There's a creator called Mollipod cosplay, and I've got like the horns on my headset actually are from her.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she's like very chill, a bit chaotic, funny, queer, and it's amazing. But also like she doesn't stream as much anymore because she's got other things going on. But
that's one of my good friends, Briarfire. She lives in Kent. She's a British streamer, and she doesn't stream anymore. She had a baby, and so I don't.
She had a baby,
Yeah, so like. This is how close I am to her. She's on my personal Facebook. We're personal friends.
Oh wow!
Like, and
that's another level.
in the 5 years I've been streaming, there are 5 people that know me personally, like know my real name, can dox me. There's 5. There's literally
fire.
And Briar's one of the 5. Like
amazing.
But but I totally get that. Like I never thought there were Texas streamers, so I can see that being like, and then I find Boo, and then like you get like Leosaurus and like all that crew, and Squamantic, she's of Oregon, but there's a bunch to hear, and I didn't even know they were here. Like,
it's so funny what's sitting on your doorstep.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you know when streaming became more than just like a casual hobby? Did you like predict it, or did you come in like busted those doors open and saying, this is what I'm going to do and I'm going to make a career out of it type logic?
No, like it's like it started off as like, again, just for fun, and I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing. Like I'm just seeing what this,
spoiler alert, none of us do.
I still don't know what I'm doing, by the way. So if anyone else is listening who's also a streamer, we definitely have no idea what we're doing.
That's why I make tutorials on YouTube, because like I didn't like the gatekeeping that streamers were doing. So like, and people were coming and was, oh, how'd you do that? I was like, I got tired of saying, yeah, just hop into Discord and I'll walk you through how I did it. I just got tired of doing it because I can't help everyone all the time. So I'll make a tutorial, throw it on YouTube, and if it helps you, it helps you. Like,
yeah, literally. Yeah, I love all that stuff. Yeah. But the moment I felt like it's really turned around is basically I lived with my nan for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And one of my family members moved out of one of the bedrooms that she had, and me and my partner turned that into my streaming room when I lived there, and that's when it started to feel a bit more like, okay, like this is I'm now taking up space in my own life. Like, this is not just in my bedroom anymore. Like, I almost have like a set. That's when it started to feel like a bit more real. And now that I've moved out of that house, when we were looking of places to live and rent, I made it clear to my partner that we needed 2 bedrooms so I could have a gaming room still, like, so I could still feel that same energy. And honestly, in the last 6 months, I would say it's actually felt even bigger. Like, I've been really consistent, and consistency is the hardest part of Twitch.
Yeah, it is. Like 2025 has been game changing. I don't know if it's something in the air or like I was just talking to somebody about this. Like 2025 is the year because
it is.
Like,
I feel that too.
Yeah, and I don't know if like with Dan Clancy taking over Twitch and he's actually making waves and making changes, if those are just like are being the discovery feed on Twitch for one. Like I always tell people, if you're not using it for your featured clips and not posting stories, you're missing out on discovery. Like, and I think that when I started doing that, I started getting people popping in. I started hitting those double digits. Like I was like, it's like, is this real? Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
Then I got sponsored by Advanced GG, and that had been a dream of mine because Ty and Boo are, you know what I mean? Like I saw them and I was like, this would be my dream. And then when they reached out, I was like, what? No way. Like I have imposter syndrome. Like it's one of the biggest things I have. Like I think I'm my worst critic.
I think that's common in so many streamers though. Like we're all like in this space, no idea what we're doing, and we're just like, and like even it's only happened in the last like couple of weeks. I've joined a couple of people's streams through Threads. Honestly, big shout out to Threads because fucking
big shout out to Threads. Yeah,
it's a great.
I think that's how you found me was Threads.
Yeah, Threads is great. Popped into a few like people's streams and they're like, "Oh my god, it's Mollipod." I'm like, I am not big. Like I don't feel big in my head. Like there is no way on this planet that I like think that I'm like the bee's knees, but. I've joined a couple of streams and they're like, oh my god, like I'm so happy you're here, and they like shout me out and stuff. I'm like, holy shit, like where does this love come from? Like this is so abnormal, and that's now like fueling me even more. Like I want more of that. I do want people to know me, and that's like I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, it's not
fame. I just love that community energy and like the excitement around having streamers around you that are like, I don't know, they idolize a little bit. That's fun. I love that. There's been streamers that when I first started out, that I would join their chat and whatever, and like one of them raided me once, and I was so like high off that. Like it's exciting. It's fun.
Yeah, I got a tie Rex raid once, and I crumbled. Like I literally crumbled because like I was like, I think it was like 175. And like, I was just like in shock, and it was crazy. It was chaotic. And I was like, and it was great. But like, have you had some of those like weird breakthrough moments? Like,
I think this is probably around the time I was sitting like just under 500 followers. I think I got an 80 people raid, and they pushed me to over 500. I remember being really excited about that. I said I'll do a 24-hour stream, crazy idiot, if I got 500 followers, and I did that. And they pushed me over like 100 subs and shit like that. And I was like, holy fuck, like this is mental. And that was like the energy, and that was insane. So yeah, that's when it started to pick up. But it was a shame. That was again early days. Like I was again 2021. But I had like mental health stuff happen and work stuff happen, and then just like lulls in streaming, and that kind of died down. So that's why we've picked it up in the last like 6 months to a year.
Yeah. Well, did you struggle like finding your voice as a creator, or was that something that was just natural for you?
I think at the beginning, because I think I wanted to be someone that I wasn't. Like my username was like an old username for when I was like a teenager. At the time, like the e-girl look was very prominent, and like I idolized those girls that looked that way and talked that way and were that way, and I wanted to be just like them to fit in and, you know, join the crowd. So when I first started, like that was something that I regret. Like I wanted to be, in quotation marks, an uwu girl, because that was what was on the rise then. And like
I have the uwu redeem in my stream because
I love the uwu stuff. Like it's so fun.
It changes my mic so I sound like an uwu girl. Like I do it in there because like one of my mods calls me the uwu e-boy, And
Amazing.
like I'm just the elder emo guy. And
Yeah.
I threw it in there as a joke to her, and now it's her favorite redeem. It makes her day.
Love
Like, and as long as it
it.
resonates with her, I'm happy. That's my kind of like
Yeah.
my motto in life. Like, make one person laugh, I'm good.
Yeah, silly goofy energy is
Yeah.
all for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like finding my voice then because I was singing the wrong tune, like it wasn't my song to sing. So like
Yeah.
I was struggling to find who I was and like in the space. And again, like I rebranded, so that's why I changed my name to Mollipod because I wanted it to feel a bit more grown up. Like I'm
Yeah.
hitting 28 this year, like I'm not, I ain't 21 no more. And I wanted to feel like a bit more me and like I swear, I burp, I fart, I like.
But I think that's very English of you, though. Like
Yeah.
I know that you guys think we're over here like the dumb Americans, but like every English person I know swears, and they're like what we would call vulgar, but I'm like that's just
Yeah.
who you are. Like,
It's very British. Yeah.
yeah, like my kid's first word was the C word and the F word. So
Oh my God.
like I joke about it, but like every Sunday we watch Doctor Who.
Oh, I love Doctor Who.
Like it's literally like I pay for BBC. Like,
Oh my gosh, that's
like,
amazing.
because I don't want to wait for it to go to Disney. I want to watch it like even if I have to stay up till 11 o'clock at night. But yeah,
Oh,
like
I
it.
love that.
We're very like British focused household, I guess.
Amazing. That's
So
so
like
cool.
like last year, I took a 9-month break. I found I had cancer.
God.
There was a point like I was just gonna quit.
Yeah.
Did you have a point where you almost were like, I think about quitting, and what kept you going?
Yeah, like I said, I had a mental health issue at the end of 2021, so I actually ended up in hospital because I was so not okay. And it was to do with work mainly. And at that point, I was like, I'm juggling too many plates. Because I'm a veterinary nurse full time, I was a head nurse of a clinic. I was streaming. I was, trying to find, like, meet people and, like, still, enjoy my life. And it was still the end of COVID and stuff. So things were still hard. And at that point, I was like, I don't think I can juggle these plates. I think I might be done. And then again, same again, a couple of years later, when I met my partner now, I was just enjoying, being outside and touching grass, basically.
Yeah.
And I had a real big break then. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to come back to this. Because I just want to be out in the world and, not sit on my computer all day. But I've got a better balance now, I think. Now that we live together as well, so I can stream when he's at home, and then afterwards we can go out for dinner or something. So
Yeah.
I think having balance is real key. Like if you're doing this, try not to be chronically online because it is hard.
That is boundaries. Like that's probably one of my biggest things. I have to dedicate like an hour every day, just dealing with content. But if someone comments after that's hour done, I don't get it till the next day. The only thing
That's so good of you, actually.
The only
I
thing-
find it hard.
the only thing that I check like is my Discord, and my email, because my DMs are on lockdown. I'm like a princess. The only way you message me is if you're a friend, because I don't like dealing with the spammers. Like,
The spammers get too much.
and they do, and like I have autoresponders on anything that's meta. Like it just tells them if it's PR related or business related, here's my email, and they never do. So I just don't respond to it. But also like it keeps me like I don't want to be. There was a movie that came out. I'm old, called Coyote Ugly, and there's a saying. There's a saying in there that goes, "Be available, but unavailable."
That's smart. I like that.
So like I'm available, but I'm not ultimately, because like I'm a streamer, I'm a YouTuber, I make TikToks, I make Threads and Blue Sky and all this stuff, and I'm busy doing all this stuff now. The podcast, like, you know what I mean, and it's all work, and so like I have to prioritize my mental health and my self-care.
Absolutely.
So like, did your community support like your mental health struggles, and like were they part of that help?
Yeah, like so after my crisis, it was in like November 2021, and then I got COVID over Christmas of 2021, and like I couldn't see my family and stuff, and so New Year's Eve I actually sat on Discord with my community, drinking, having a party basically, and just like chatting to them because I wasn't streaming, and they honestly got me through some of the hardest parts, and I will always like sing their praises for the people that were there at the time. And like a lot of my community, you know, have also grown up with me, so they've gone and had kids, or gone and got partners, or bought a house, or gone traveling. So like I've seen my community come and go, and I still think that's really like beautiful to like see people like they've come and spent some time with you in a period of their life, and then they've gone off and like carried on enjoying their life, and it's actually amazing. But yeah, they were all really supportive, and I will be forever grateful.
What advice would you give a new streamer about like protecting their peace and protecting their mental health and their well-being?
Yeah, I think it's so important, and like just it should be the top of their list every single day, regardless whether it's stream related or not. And I think that I agree with you that keeping your peace by not replying to every message and ignoring hate messages and just like not engaging. I am so guilty of wanting to reply to everyone that leaves a slightly negative comment.
I am too. I had to get to the point where YouTube Shorts were just negative.
YouTube Shorts comments are bad. I don't know what's going on over there. I do not have fun.
Yeah, and I just make it so all my Shorts comments are disabled because there's no way to ban.
No,
or block. So like I just made it so my Shorts don't have comments, just because I can't trust myself enough not to engage. Like and they're always physical, like appearance based negative comments. And so it's just, as somebody like I'm 6'4", dad bod. I'm turning 45 in May. Like I'm what I could like to call the elder guy. So I have to prioritize my mental health.
Yeah, definitely. And like, I think just, the main thing is knowing when to take breaks, and like, forgiving yourself for needing those breaks. And also when you feel a little bit low, sometimes the answer isn't to not stream either. Like I am also still balancing that, like, because I know consistency is important, but I also know when I need to take breaks. So now I'm better at sometimes just pushing through. And sometimes I'm so grateful that I have, and like, I've streamed not feeling the best at the beginning, and then the community's pulled together, and I'm like, oh, thank God I did.
Yeah.
I had the best time. So I think it's just knowing your levels and like knowing yourself, and that's really hard to do, especially when you're younger or you're chronically online, like you haven't experienced life. Like I still think, you know, as like a young creator or someone who's less experienced with like the world, go and experience that, because that's going to help your streaming and the way you communicate. And I've got like my younger brother's autistic, and he's always said that he wants to stream, but he's never had a job, like doesn't really socialize outside of that. And I was like, you need to go and do all these things to know how to navigate being a streamer. I
wouldn't be the performer, entertainer, providing value without the fact that I was a musician, DJ, and sound engineer for 15 years. Like, those are very technical skills to have, but it showed me that like you have to be entertaining to a point. You have to provide value to a point. Like I saw the world. Like I traveled all over the United States. I did shows in Germany. I did London, which I don't remember much of London. Okay. I did Birmingham, which I don't remember much of Birmingham. I was a touring musician, so you can tell that I was doing what rock stars do.
Living life. Yeah.
Yes. So, but those, like, we have a redeem on my channel is to tell a rock star story. And so like people redeem it. And like, so, we're going to move on to like what I like to call community and development. Development. We've all had tech issues on stream. And my motto is not a pro streamer till the stream shits the bed. Did you ever have a technical disaster or on-stream mishap? And like, how has that changed when you've gotten better at tech? Has that changed your confidence as a creator?
I have technical difficulties all the time. It's always a Mollipod moment where I'm always like, something's broken. A lot of the time it's like just silly things like channel that's not working, or I haven't logged into this in a while and it's kicked me out. Like I just need to relog in. But honestly, like the technical difficulties for me have always been pretty like generic, you know, like nothing like too crazy. I have done it before, the standard where you've raided out and not ended stream. So I, no joke, sat there for ages talking away to someone on Discord. Thankfully, nothing horrible was said, or like I didn't get undressed or something, because I don't know.
Have you heard of Mixelbot?
Yeah, a Mixelbot, yeah.
Yeah, so I use that. So when I raid out, there's it automatically detects my raid out and turns off my stream.
That's so good.
Yeah, I kind of invented this little method, and everyone has like loved it, like because like you raid, and what it does is it sends a shout out in my stream that stream has ended and this is where we've gone, and then it tells OBS to stop streaming.
Yeah, that's a smart key because I still don't have that.
Yeah.
I'm just now really rigorous of making
Because
sure
I've done it. I did it 3 times and I was like, I have a problem. Like,
yeah, this is not good.
Yeah.
It's so easily done though, and like, you know, technical difficulties are just one of these things, and you just gotta either like play it off or just like run with it. You know, you can't like try not to panic is the main thing. But yeah.
Oh, so how do you approach collaborations with other creators while maintaining your unique identity? And what?
So with sorry.
No, you continue. I don't know why I was continuing reading. My brain is not there.
So I've done like a handful of collabs. Like when I first started out, was always too anxious to do collab streams. I was too scared to do even like community nights on stream because I was just terrified that someone was going to say something out of turn, that I was going to get cancelled.
Yeah.
I just was like, had all this big fear. And then that kind of like drifted away. I actually met one of my moderators in real life one New Year's Eve. I think it was the year after we'd all spent New Year's Eve together on Discord.
Awesome.
I went to his house and surprised him because weirdly enough, one of my IRL, actually no, someone I met through streaming had moved in with my mod together, weirdly enough. And then I had met Samo, my friend Samo, quite a few times. And then he was like, come to our house and surprise him. So that's what I did. And ever since then, like, I became a lot more relaxed. Like, I was like, oh my God, not everyone's a weirdo on the internet. Yeah. Which is, you know, is difficult to navigate. And you've got to try and, you know, make sure you're not putting yourself in a dangerous situation.
Yeah. I think red flag detecting is like really like.
Yeah, you've got to be on it.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, there's no blame. And
yeah, I have a rule. If I'll set some small boundaries, and if they violate a small boundary, like it'll be a timeout, but in my head I'm like, you're on watch, because if you're willing to violate a small boundary, you're willing to violate the big one. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like,
but yeah, like with general collabs, like I've done a lot more probably again in the last 6 months because I knew that I needed to do more because they are so fun. I've got a streamer friend called Mikey B. He's also a UK streamer, and we chatted like on Discord a few times, and he said to me, he's like, do you want to join our communities together for like the biggest community night fest? And it was unhinged and hilarious, and I could have streamed for hours with them. It was just ridiculous. Yeah, we do that once a year on my end. I do it once a year. We do Duck Goose, which is like Among Us or Goose stuff. Amazing. Yeah.
It's ducks instead of little space aliens, but we do it because the max room there is 25. And so we get 25 of us. They're all streamers. And so we do it on my birthday. So this year we've got 25 streamers. We're all doing shared chat. Like, oh,
that's going to be mega and chaos. It's so good. But yeah, like collabs now, I think I approach more with just like a lot more confidence. Like, I know myself. I know what I like as a streamer. I know that I'm not PG and that I'm chaotic. So as long as everyone else around me is okay with that, then I could just run with it.
And do you have a community interaction that has had the like most profound effect on you, like a community night or a collab?
I think probably the Mikey B community night was just ridiculous. I mean, I did a collab stream as well with 3 girls because I've got a Discord for streamers that everyone can like join in on and like chat to each other, get advice. And I did a stream with some of the girls in there, and some of them were quite like new to streaming, and it was just like big femme energy, really silly. Again, quite chaotic. And that was just like so nice. Like usually after a collab, if my jaw's not hurting, then it's probably not been a good stream. But literally every time, like my jaw's been hurting from laughing so much. That's my job. If my ribs don't hurt, like, was that a collab at all? Like literally, like, what was that? But no, my jaw usually hurts after pissing myself laughing for 3.5 hours. So yeah, those have been the best streams. And do you have a sorry, my brain just skipped to the wrong question. Do you have any tools or resources that were game changers for your production? I started using an app called Touch Portal. It's like, I love it. Honestly, it's like a stream deck. I have it on my iPad, so it becomes essentially my stream deck, and like I can press sounds, I can do silly things with my stream, and that's honestly like I don't know if enough people know about it until I use Touch Portal on my iPad. I still use it, but I have 2 Stream Deck XLs that I use. Nice. Yeah, you're sorted. Yeah, I'm really sorted, but I still use it for my lights because
The Elgato lights work better, which is funny. Elgato, if you're listening, they work better on the touch portal like than they do on their
crazy.
Yeah. So like I still use it for that, and there's some text commands that I use like for radar messages of.
Nice. Yeah, that's honestly like probably the one thing I was like, I discovered this and I was like, oh, I have so many options now. This is so much choice to add here. So yeah, something like that is just super fun. And it's free, guys. It's free.
Free, yeah. And it's great. Like they've gotten better over the years too. It used to be like you really had to be like a programmer to kind of like understand it. Yeah, navigate it.
It'd be super user friendly now.
Okay. How has becoming a streamer transformed your everyday life? I know you talked about your partner. Was there any sacrifices your audience just never saw? And how do you balance content creation with personal well-being?
Yeah, like I do sacrifice like a lot of time with people, like, you know, to stream. But honestly, it's had such a big impact on my life in the sense that it definitely has made me more confident in myself. And I've always felt like I never really fit in anywhere. So I'm like not diagnosed with anything, but I've put in like a request to be diagnosed, like to test to see if I'm autistic, because I always like as a kid struggled to make friends, always super quiet, never really like, I don't know, just never really gelled with people. Like that's why I'm a veterinary nurse, because animals are way easier to understand.
My partner was a vet tech for a while.
Yeah.
And so it's like we are very familiar. And then she became she became a self therapist. We're just like
it's change. Wow. Yeah, like I never really found my space in the wild. Like I always felt like I was on the cusp of all these like different like aesthetics and vibes, and like I never really like, I don't know, I just never found my circle. Like, you know, the circles that overlap, I can't remember what they're called now.
Venn diagram?
Yeah, a Venn diagram. I always felt like I was always on the cusp of all these other circles, but never really had my own. And that's what streaming's done for me. Like it's made my own circle, and I fit in all the boxes because it's me and it's mine, and that's what I've created, you know, and that has just like improved my confidence exponentially. And like I don't know, like I've sacrificed, I guess, like I said, time with people, but I have sacrificed like energy. Like I will go to bed after stream and be exhausted because again, working full time, balancing this like content creation life, like I will sit on my phone for hours, you know, putting posts up on Threads or TikTok and filming TikToks and doing all this, and like, you know, you got to sacrifice something, right? So sleep usually is the one that gets done.
Yeah, scheduled posts on Threads is a game changer, though.
Oh, it is. It's so good.
Yeah, like I schedule all my like I don't call them streamer tips because they're not. They're more of like streamer thoughts, and they're all scheduled. Like the Sunday before the week starts, they're all scheduled.
Oh, that's so wise. I definitely should be better at that. I don't know. I just like to. I shit post. Like, I just want to post all in one go.
But like, I do shit post as well. So like, I get the important stuff scheduled, and then I'll be like, okay, it's 10 a.m. It's time to shit post. Like,
yeah.
or start. I like to start fights with people on Threads too.
Like, oh yeah, everyone's like, again, I love the chaos. I like sitting on the fence and watching it all happen.
Yeah, Threads reminds me of like MySpace in its golden era mixed with Tumblr in its golden era.
Yes.
And it's one of those like I think I've gotten more out of Threads as a streamer than I got out of TikTok in its heyday as a streamer. And I'm from the original Twitch Talk crew, like the original pandemic streamers on TikTok, and I got more out of it than I get more out of Threads than I ever do. I have people pop in and goes, "Hey, I saw your stuff on Threads." I also think like I think the cost of entry is a lot easier on Threads, where you can just post a thought. Like there's a lot of us that do streamer tips, quote unquote, but I don't have to make a video. I don't have to edit it. I don't have to find music. I don't have to do all this stuff. I can just like put my thought out there. Yeah.
It's like so much, I don't know. It's just, it really has been a game changer, honestly. Like in the last, like, again, I don't know, 6 months, I've met so many people through Threads, and it's been a blessing.
Yeah. Yeah. If you could go back in time and tell yourself before your first stream, what advice would you give yourself?
I probably would have made content outside of Twitch first and made a TikTok sooner. It took me ages to make a TikTok, make an Instagram sooner, do all these things. Like I didn't do it right. You know, no one gets it right first time. That's why we start off as baby streamers and baby content creators. I would have made content before streaming, because then starting streaming and then doing all those things became like a bigger task than it needed to be.
Yeah.
And then trying to find people to come into your stream and say, hey, became fully circles Twitch, realized Twitch's discoverability at the time was bad, and then had to go and make all the content elsewhere.
I love Twitch and I give them a lot of credit, but their discovery is still like 90% bad. The discovery feed does help, but like, I don't know if you saw the video, Dan Clancy he tells people you have to leave the platform. The CEO of Twitch is telling us. The CEO of Twitch is telling us, because Twitch isn't a social media platform.
No, it's not. It's a stream platform.
It's a community platform, is the way I look at it. We're building communities. We happen to be streaming, but we're building communities. Yeah. And then he said it, and I'm just like, oh my God, I've been saying that like for a while, like, because that's what it is. We build communities and we bring people in and we hold on to them for just a few moments, and then they go out and they enjoy their day. You know what I mean? That's the way I am.
Yeah.
So, looking forward, what projects are you most excited about that you can speak of, and what legacy do you hope to build in the streaming space?
Well, I think just like I take everything sort of week by week. Like, I try to plan things as best as I can, but again, my work schedule makes it quite difficult. I'm doing a 12-hour stream on Sunday, so
I know I have an alarm set.
It'll be long gone by the time the podcast comes out. But honestly, like, I want to do more charity streams. I did one a couple of years ago and just haven't had the opportunity to rise up to do another one. So probably more charity streams is definitely like on the horizon, because they're amazing. Really.
They are. I do one every year for Trevor Project. So which is
perfect.
Yeah, so I do one every year. I go for 25 hours every year for Trevor Project. And we just
amazing.
Yeah, so like they're amazing. I love the fact that we can use our communities to help so many people. Even if
it's as well like doing things that, you know, maybe don't directly reflect on me. Like I would do like loads of mental health charities and stuff because they reflect me, but you know, the trans community and stuff is really important for me to support, because okay, I'm not trans, but I have people in my space that are, and I want to show my support for them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the same way. That's why I picked the Trevor Project, because they help. They help. I don't know if you know about the Trevor Project. They help LGBT people get out of countries that may not have good laws.
Yeah, it may not be the safest for them.
Yeah. So, so what obstacle did you find most challenging about your streaming career?
I think I've had issues with people join the community. I trusted them and spent time with them, and like then like issues have come out about them later on, and that's a challenge. Like no one teaches you how to navigate dealing with people around you that, you know, you think are cool, chill, whatever.
Yeah.
But you never really know them until you know them, you know. And then that's I think one of the hardest things that I've found. Again, someone who struggles socially in real life anyway, having to then tell people that they have got to leave the community or they've got to step down from certain like pedestals that they've been put on, and that's hard. I think
that is really hard. Yeah.
And like I try to, you know, minimize that as best as I can, but you can't people manage the whole world. So you know, some people come in and you think that they're chill, and then they turn up, then they're not, you know, people that are good for the community, and that's hard to navigate.
That's why I love the Twitch shared ban list, because in my opinion, I think we're the Twitch streamers that take this seriously, we're a small circle. We like, just like you're in another country and you know, boo. Yeah. And like we're a small circle. So when we all share ban lists, and I have 3 partners that have shared theirs with me. So when I share mine, you're getting like a massive
abundance.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the moment in the podcast where you talk about yourself. What you stream, when you stream, how often you stream. I'm talking all day. If you've seen Hot Ones, it's very similar to how they end their streams. Tell us your schedule, how often, if you're making YouTube content, all that. Drop your socials and stuff like that.
Perfect. So again, I'm Mollipod. I'm pretty much Mollipod on all my socials. I think bar Instagram and Threads, which is mollipod.ttv. And I stream Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 6 p.m. UK time. most of the time, unless my Discord says otherwise, because again, the work schedule makes things weird. But those are my general days that I stream. I stream honestly everything. Like, I am not shy of streaming, a horror game, a cozy game, a retro game, something, really random. I love simulator games as well. They are my absolute favorite. But a lot more recently, I am pretty much a just chatting streamer. I love to yap. I love finding ways to incorporate the community and like get them talking. Some things that I've done more recently are my content showcase streams. So that's where people submit their content to me via link, and they tell me a little bit about themselves, and we basically display them on my stream and chat about them, give them advice if they need it or want it, and yeah, just like showcase loads of new awesome people. And that's honestly the way that I found so many amazing friends, is through doing that. And then some Sundays I also do a confession stream where people can submit anonymous confessions into a Google document. Yes. And we get weirdness. It is always weird, and definitely not PG, but it's just fun and silly. And thankfully I've had nothing illegal come up yet, but yeah, it's been really funny and just like, again, just silly. Yeah. I love anything silly and chaotic.
Yeah, my friend Queen Mana did that, and there was lots of confessing of love.
Yep. I did have a confession of love, and it was so weird. It was like, I miss you. And I was like, who the fuck is this? I was like, who is telling me they miss me? I've been with my partner like 3 years. Like, who's missing me for this long? Like, get over it, hun, Yeah,
absolutely. But yeah. And that wraps another episode of Streamer Conversations. If this resonated with you, please share it with a friend who might need to hear it. Remember, every creator's path is unique and valuable. Want to tell your streaming story on our show? The application link is in the description. I'm your host, Nerd Titan, and I'll catch you next time as we continue exploring the real stories behind the stream.